2020, gentlemen.
2020.
I can't believe I saw that Taylor Swift in concert. Colby, remember when we saw it, My Chemical Romance?
I was like, I am not afraid to keep on living. And with the crowd. David, remember when you did Nothing Again for a year?
Yep, I do.
I sure remember that.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Keep Tappin' X's annual Game of the Year talk show hostcast pod. Not pod, but only on YouTube.
Not on Podbean.
Yeah, on Podbean.
Do we even have a SoundCloud anymore?
No, we're not rappers.
You're
Sure.
right.
That shit costs money to keep up. I'm Colby, joined by Blake
Yo.
and David.
Hello.
For, as I said, the 2020 Game of the Year discussions that we have. We all have our top 5 games.
And maybe some honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Of course. Always got it.
Even though the world shut down this year, games didn't. It's pretty nice.
Mostly.
It's been a tough year.
I feel like Nintendo didn't put out anything this year. But
Well, you know what they say.
mostly.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
I can think of 2 big releases they did, and one of them's not a real release.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah, I
We'll
guess
talk
you're right.
about it.
anyway, let's get right into it, right, gentlemen? People
Yeah.
want to hear the 2020.
Let's do it.
I like how this video is going to be a lot less stressful than last year's because we had the game of the decade, and we're like,
Oh, yeah.
what could be?
You're right.
That's true.
Now it's a start, so we have to remember
Yeah.
this for 10 years.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I think after we're going to go over our Game of the Year
Yeah.
and stuff like that, all our
Yeah.
top 5. And then at the end, I think we should say whether or not it was a good game for years or not.
Good
Good
game
year
for
years. Year for games.
Year for games,
Ooh.
baby.
All right, restart the whole episode. No, all right.
That's the title. Good
To
game
start
for
us
years.
off, I'm going to roll a D4.
Oh, okay.
King me.
I'm number 1, Blake, you're number 2, David, you're number 3. On 4, a reroll, and that's how we start.
Okay.
Where's Ted Boy?
I love Ted Boy.
I dropped it on the floor!
Oh, shit.
What?
2, Blake's first.
Yes.
why'd you say, oh,
where's my
shit?
bag? I have another present for you.
Another. Oh, no. It's probably like a fart thing. Like,
No.
pull it. Where's your bag?
I'm gonna find it.
Jesus.
What do you?
He was the first one. You're sitting on it. Great. It's squished now.
Well,
You
what's
got
the
me a
present?
pack of gum and you sat on it.
Should be in here. Okay.
For people who don't know, tomorrow's my birthday as we're recording this.
Okay. Live on the air.
Okay.
This isn't for you,
Oh.
but your better half.
What's that
A
mean?
meat tube for Ted Boy.
Can I see that?
It's a meat tube.
You got
It's a
a
tube of
meat
meat.
tube. Wow.
You've never given your a cat a
Irresistible
meat tube?
churro. Wow, I've never seen this.
I've given
never
out-
seen those either.
This is my third one I've given out this year.
Well,
I gave one to Brian. His cats loved it. I gave one to my friend Haley from work. Her cat threw up, but loved it, but threw up afterwards.
Loved every second of it.
So basically, it's like a Go-Gurt. You know Go-Gurts?
I know of a go-gurt.
So you snip it, and then you slowly, like, press it. You don't want to, all the way into the cat's face.
It's like
Slowly.
Go-Gurt.
Do they
but
eat it
meat.
all? Or?
Yeah, whole thing.
Wow,
I mean,
this is a lot.
Yeah, I know. Logan eats the whole fucking thing. But like,
Okay.
what Brian did, he divided it between the 2 cats. So
Yeah.
you could do that. Ted and Fred.
Freddie doesn't like me.
All right, well, Ted's eating good today.
Hey. Thank you very much
Yes.
on behalf of Ted Boy. Game of the Year.
Game of the year, baby.
All right.
World premiere.
I keep moving. World.
All right, Blake. Your number 5 2020 Game of the Year. This to me right now. Oh my god. I'm most hyped for Blake's like number 5 and 4 because I'm surprised he played more than 3 games
That's
this
true.
year.
I was gonna ask you if you played 5 games this year.
Exactly 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
That's fine.
5 new games.
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
course,
5
that's what
games
I
that were
mean.
released.
I was
this
very
year.
surprised. I thought
Yeah.
it was 4.
For anyone,
Okay.
this is just games that came out in 2020.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We're counting DLC, like major DLC,
Yeah.
like expansion stuff.
Uh-huh.
And like that's it.
Yeah, just any game that was released this year.
My number 5
Number 5.
is the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Wow.
Nice.
Listen,
Yeah.
charity stream, tons of fun.
That's
Super glad I was
fun.
there the
It was
whole
amazing.
time.
Yeah. Me too.
The game's fun,
Game was awesome.
and I didn't beat it because I don't own it.
You met your
Insane.
nemesis, Rat Boy.
Rat boy.
Oh, Rat Boy.
Um,
Good for yet, Rat Boy.
I hope to play it when I eventually like buy it in like 14 years.
I very much want to see your opinion on this game if you do a solo playthrough.
Yeah.
Because you're not a big JRPG sort of fella, unless like we're playing it or it's like Xenoblade or Paper Mario.
Pokemon.
It's true.
True. Yeah.
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger is great. You know.
There's some others.
Yeah. I would love to hear your opinions too if you ever play the whole thing.
It was a lot of fun, and I find it very interesting that it got its first and only title update like a month or two ago.
Yeah.
It was like
true.
minor bug fixes.
Yep.
They made a polished game.
They really did.
Can you say?
There was nothing much to fix.
They're like, here it is.
Yeah, anyway,
That's
on
it.
to the next one.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
So
there you
that's
go.
my number 5 game of the year.
All right.
All right, David.
Me next.
Your number 5.
My number 5
Number 5.
is The Last of Us Part 2.
Whoa, I see someone's been getting moolah. Oh, yeah, by the way, here's
The
an
Last
ad.
of Us Part 2.
Yeah, this Game of the Year discussion was brought to you by Naughty Dog's The Last of Us
Yeah.
Part 2.
And Jeff Keighley's
Unrelated.
shoes.
Yeah.
Man, those shoes. Those shoes slap.
They slap.
Yeah, the Last of Us.
The Last of Us Part 2. I mean, it was a well-polished game. Like, it looked good. It played well. You know, the voice acting was great. The story hampered it quite a bit, in my opinion.
What about Ellie?
What about Abby?
Yeah, Ellie and Abby.
What about Joel?
They're fine. Joel's the best character. He's in like the only first hour of
Kratos?
the game. That's it. Kratos is the man.
Kratos is in there. He's like,
Yeah, Ellie fights him.
Ellie!
But you know, it wasn't quite good enough to get past number 5 for me.
Okay.
But it was.
That's
it was
still, that's,
it was a good game.
you know,
It was
that's
solid.
top 5.
Yeah.
How do you
Great.
feel about Naughty Dog being a shitty company?
Bad.
Okay.
But
I liked them, champ.
they're great.
I love overworked workers.
I love Overwatch.
That too.
What about you, Colby?
What is your
Number
5 game? Number 5.
My number 54. My number 5 game of the year for 2020 is Capcom's Monster Hunter World Iceborne, released on January 9th.
I'm surprised it's not higher for you.
Yeah, so I
What
didn't
is it?
play. Yeah! Monster Hunter World Iceborne is the expansion for Monster Hunter World, and it adds a whole new story, new whole world, a whole bunch of new monsters, like a whole nother game.
I was wondering why you're like, and expansions and DLC packs.
Well, he asked earlier, which is why I
yeah,
specified it. Monster Hunter World Iceborne is really fun. It's just more Monster Hunter, but more mechanics, more monsters, and I love Monster Hunter World. I think that was in my top 5 when it came out.
so.
Yeah.
For previous year. And if you love Monster Hunter, it's so good. The reason why it's number 5 is because I didn't play it as much as I played Monster Hunter World yet. Mostly because not a lot of my friends have it.
Yeah.
So when I play it, it's just to like knock out a hunt or two and then I'm done, you know? It's like how people play Animal Crossing and stuff, like for like busy work or like Stardew Valley. They're like, oh, just, harvest my crops or whatever. And I'm just like, all right, I'm going to kill a monster. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Blake.
Wait. I mean, listen.
Locked in.
I've heard. I follow a really big Monster Hunter fan
Oh, okay.
who doesn't who thinks Monster Hunter World is too westernized compared to the original, the actual series. How do you feel about that?
It's true. It's vastly. I've played a lot of the DS, and I started with Monster Hunter Tri
The
for the
PSP
PSP,
one. Yeah.
correct. And then I transitioned over to a few of the DS titles, and it's completely different. A lot of it's quality of life stuff. It's also it is different, but the core mechanic's the same, and that's why Monster Hunter.
Monsters.
That's why you have
do.
Monster Hunter Rise coming out soon in March.
Yeah.
Which is a bit. It carries over things from World, but it seems to be a little closer to the traditional style as well.
Just to keep those purists happy.
Which is why I'm
Yeah.
not gonna play it because I really like World and I like
That's fair.
how accessible it is.
So that you prefer that of you prefer the westernized Monster Hunter versus
Yes,
the...
I like it that every time I have to pick up an item, I don't have to there's an animation to pick something up, or that every area has its own load screen. So you're just like walking and it cuts to black, load screen, and then it's a new place.
I mean,
I like the
that was probably
world.
just the limitations of the
Right.
hardware.
But people still get Monster Hunter 4 generations. I think that's out now. Whichever the latest one for the DS, and I think that's more like that too. So.
I tried to play one of the older Monster Hunters, and because of that whole loading screen thing and how weird it was to like connect with other players, it just never clicked with me.
Yeah, it just a lot, but it does have more depth in some places than a Monster Hunter game. You know.
I don't have my glasses. I can't read that.
But that's it. Cool. Number 4. Blake.
Me? Listen, my number 4 game of the year is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot that game came out.
Wow.
It came out in January.
I forgot until I looked up games that came out this year.
Listen,
Yeah, how was that? I was really curious about it.
I didn't beat it.
Do you like
Okay.
Xenoblade? I mean, Xeno.
I love Xenoblade.
Xenoverse. That's it.
There's a lot of
so many
Xenos.
Yeah, I know.
Xenos. Listen, all right. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna beat it before the game of the year discussion.
Uh-huh.
Listen, I'm a busy boy. All right, you know, I work full time.
You do.
I have a cat.
You do?
I eat. I sleep.
I doubt it.
And I have
I do
a
too.
wonderful girlfriend, and I have no time for anything. Except
True.
you, Colby.
What?
I have time for you.
Oh wow.
And you, David. Sometimes.
Thanks.
So
Not
I-
all the time.
occasionally.
Listen, here's the deal with that Kakarot. So it's fun. It's clunky. I beat the Saiyan Saga in February, and I put it on for the first time last night. I was like, let's make some progress, boys. And I played it for 7 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
How far did you?
So I was playing, and I fell asleep
Come on,
during a
man.
text box. I was talking to Chi-Chi, and I woke up at 5 in the morning, and the game was on, and it progressed 7 hours.
What do you mean it progressed?
Like in my playtime.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
The game plays itself. So you
Listen,
didn't even get to fucking damage or anything?
I'm like right before like meeting Bulma to go on the ship.
Game of the year.
How did that beat Final Fantasy?
I own this game. Come on. Listen, it's fun. I want to play more. I just hate my life. That's why I haven't played the game. All right, I hate myself.
Understandable.
But I want to play more, and because like I downloaded the new update, it took like an hour to install, like 2 nights ago. That's why I didn't play it 2 nights ago. I was like, fine, I'm not playing it tonight. I'm gonna play more, hopefully. But I also said that about Breath of the Wild, 2 Game of the Year discussions I haven't beat it yet. So fuck you both.
To be fair, if you don't want to play Kakarot, for people watching, just go watch the cutscenes of like the biggest fights, and it is so beautiful. And
Is it
like the
really?
raccoon fight it looks better than it has any right to look.
Or just like Goku whomping him.
Yeah. Oh, it's it looks amazing.
Is it like shot for shot from the anime?
It's like more.
It's like very stylized.
Nice.
Yeah.
Stuff. Looks nice.
Also the Vegito and Super Buu fight is Buhan, yeah, is incredible.
Yeah.
They put so much like justice into
Lots
it.
of
It's so good.
impact frames and blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Oh, it looks
Looks
so
nice.
good.
I'll have to look it up.
And
That sounds
I-
awesome.
Hopefully, I'll play more, but who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Number 4, David, your number 4 pick for game of the year.
My number 4 game of the year is Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, the DLC.
Oh fuck, that came out this year.
That came
Yeah.
out this year?
Oh,
Yeah, it
shit, dude.
Sorry, Final Fantasy.
That didn't come up in my list when I was looking up stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Honorable mentions it is,
Uh-huh.
baby.
You really
In my opinion, Remind was better than Kingdom Hearts 3. The
lock it
entirety
in,
of Kingdom Hearts 3.
I agree.
It was really cool. This
Yeah.
I feel like it should have been part of the main game. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna
It made the ending 100 times better.
do? Yeah,
the-
Mickey Mouse squaring off against the
Dude,
that was a fucking
that scene
dope
was
as shit.
amazing.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Where he's like just fighting the darkness.
Yeah.
I like the
that was
one
cool.
line where like Ventus is like, "Oh, hey, you're Rotus, right? You look a lot like me."
Yeah, that was there.
They never talked about it ever again.
That part when like all the side characters were fighting was pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're like in the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
You get to play as Kyrie?
Yeah, getting to play as Kyrie or getting to choose who you fight as and all the final fights when you do them again. And the secret boss was the hardest boss in any Kingdom Hearts, hands down.
Yeah, is it Dylan?
Dylan Sprout.
Yeah, Dylan Sprouse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sprouse boy.
Sprouse.
I had to watch a 45-minute tutorial video to learn how to do that fight, and it still took me hours.
Nice.
Yep.
How do you feel about all the organization fights?
They were fun. I don't think they were as fun as the Kingdom Hearts 2 organization fights. But they were fun.
What was frustrating to me about the DLC was that because we played Kingdom Hearts 3 for a charity stream.
Yeah.
But it was on your PlayStation.
Yep.
I went to I can't wait to play the DLC of my game, but then I realized I'm like, oh wait, I can't because I have no save file of it on my game.
Yep.
So Katie and I, my roommate, binged that whole game, Kingdom Hearts 3. We powered through that game to play the DLC. And then the beginning of the DLC is like the end of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
And for like 2 hours or an hour and a half.
You have to play through the end of the game again.
Really rough.
Yeah.
That was really rough. That would keep it away from the 5 for me.
Yeah. I mean, it hit number 4 for me just because how interesting the new stuff was.
Yeah.
And how cool the secret boss
Also,
was.
the Sora Kyrie ending is really sweet.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I love that. That was good shit.
And, Final Fantasy 13 versus Nova Crystallis or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
I also like how you could explore like the Scala.
Yeah.
Even though it was like butt fuck empty, but
Yeah, there was nothing there.
It was cool. I guess.
It looked cool. Yeah.
All right.
What about you, Colby? What's your number 4?
My number 4 is Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memories, released November 11th.
Play you one day.
I probably won't.
What helps me really like this game is I didn't pay for it.
Yes,
right,
that would help me too.
Played with Katie, and it's a rhythm game, a game that I was like, I'm never gonna play this. I don't care about it. I'm probably just gonna look up the final scene. But then Katie was like, "Do you want to play?" I'm like, "Sure." And I was pretty hooked. It's fun and it's it's easy, but I could see where it gets pretty challenging. I beat most of the game on Proud, like most of the levels on Proud. Some of the mechanics they do to try to spice up the rhythm element is pretty compelling. I feel like on co-op it'd be pretty fun too, but I do wish they put a little more nuance into it. Like for example, like you have the R1, L1, and X is how you hit those for the notes, and that's how, and it's for all 3 characters. Like I thought, like to do Donald to hit a note, I have to hit L1. Like on Guitar Hero, you have like different frets,
yeah.
but you can press any of them and any of them do it. So even on Proud mode, so it's kind of easy in that regard. I'm not really describing it very well, but whatever. And then the final like half hour of that game, 45 minutes, is so good. Like the cutscene that plays is really hype.
I did look up all the cutscenes and they were very good.
It's awesome. Like,
I'm
and
still in the dark,
dude.
baby.
It's so crazy. You gotta do the lore drop. Is
Really?
They like actually explain things.
Oh,
and they're just like,
no.
In, like,
here's
layman's
Kingdom Hearts
terms.
4, like basically. They're like,
Yeah.
here you go.
Really?
Well, close. I have a feeling there's gonna be a Mickey side game after this for specific reasons.
Interesting.
Which is gonna be it's probably gonna be like a fucking Yahtzee game or something. The way they're going. I don't fucking know, dude.
Probably,
It's
you're
a
right.
Yahtzee skin.
Like you saying all this minus the Yahtzee shit is actually like getting me really hyped.
Dude, it's hype. It's
Yeah,
hype.
yeah,
I
it's
played
awesome.
on PlayStation, so because I played the demo on the Switch, and I feel like if you're going to play this game, don't do any handheld mode. Play it on the TV, play it with really nice sound quality, and let it go. Don't play that song.
Yeah, let
that
it
song's
go.
awful. I can't believe they put me through that again.
They put you through Bippity Boppity Boo too.
They do. Good game.
So in a recent Super Battle Road video we released, we recorded that when the initial melody of magic memory,
Madness.
it was like initially revealed, and you were saying that you thought like you'd hear them too much, like
Yeah, did not happen.
Okay.
In fact, most of the time they don't say anything.
Good.
Oh, okay.
When they do, it's when you have to hit triangle.
Oh,
and
it's
when
like
you use
magic,
magic.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And he's like, most of my team. So there's 4 teams in the game. There's the classic Sora, Donald, Goofy. There's a team, the 358/2 team. I forget what they're called. Roxas,
Yeah, yeah.
Shion, and Axel. The Birth by Sleep team. No, I'm sorry. The Birth by Sleep team. Yes, and then Team Dream, which is Riku, Meow Wow, and the Bat.
Yes.
I love that. I love that he was just assigned the Dream Eaters.
It's poor Riku.
Why isn't
man.
like
Dude, the
Sora
last team
there?
should have been Sora, Riku, Kairi.
Yeah.
That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
That would have been hype. And also, whenever you go into a Kingdom Hearts 3 world in that game, it's not the traditional like 3 characters running on a track. It's the music. It's like a music video in the back, and you just fly through it because they didn't want to model the Kingdom Hearts 3. Even though the last
weird.
fight, you do fight as Sora, and in your Kingdom Hearts 3 model.
Interesting.
I don't know why I guess they didn't want to remodel everybody or something.
That's strange.
I don't know.
Very
It was weird.
interesting.
Good game though. It's fun and I like to see how they keep it going with more tracks because for some reason they had tracks in there that weren't in any Kingdom Hearts games.
That's
like
interesting
the
to me.
Circle of Life, and I mean like
What?
yeah, dude, and I mean like not like a rendition, just straight up ripped from the movie, like yeah, and I'm like, what? It was like a daily track thing. So I wonder if they add like Disney track. I haven't checked in a long time.
I guess they have the rights
yeah,
to the Disney
I don't
song,
know.
Just
so-
do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Maybe like 6 months after the release, they'll like
Yeah, they'll
rotate
put, like,
or something.
High School Musical in there or something.
And you beat up Troy.
Yeah.
Gabriella.
Fuck them.
Yeah,
You
so
know it.
Kingdom Hearts Melody Memories is my number 4.
Cool.
Let's move on to our number 3. Top 3 now.
Top 3, baby.
Blake,
You're
number
number
3.
3.
Number 3.
My number 3
Yeah.
game of the year
Whoa.
is also a game I have not beaten, but am
That's okay.
currently trying to actively
That's okay.
beat.
You don't need to beat them.
Yeah.
Came out recently.
Uh-huh.
Hyrule Warriors: Age of
Mm.
Calamity. I'm
Okay.
currently doing co-op with the missus.
Better than the Hyrule Warriors original co-op
On
on the Wii U.
by default because it's not on the Wii U.
What about the game in general? How do you feel about it
All
compared
right,
to the first?
here's the dealio.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like it's all like in the lore of Breath of the Wild, like because
Which
a
is so
prequel.
cool.
Right,
Yeah. I hear there's some weird shenanigans, and like I've heard some takes where it's like it like hurts the overall story that Breath of the Wild tells.
Oh, really? Mm.
I'll let y'all know. TBD on that.
Okay.
But it's fun. Unfortunately, when you do co-op or split screen, it can sometimes drop to like fucking 5 frames per second.
Oh no.
Like Ashley's playing as like Impa, and her gimmick is that like she's like Naruto and she can get all these shadow clones. And I'm playing as fucking Hetsu, the giant fucking poop monster.
Good.
The Deku guy.
Mhm.
You know, the dancing
The
guy.
one- the one who
who-
gives you the
Oh,
poop.
that,
yeah. He can summon Koroks. So there's like 80 people on screen, plus the millions of enemies.
Minions,
and
yeah.
it's like, it's just like slowing down to a crawl.
When it's not co-op, does it say 30?
I saw Ashley play single player, and it was fine.
Okay.
So it's just
That's-
when you do split
that
screen,
sucks.
expect
yeah.
The
But-
switches limitations.
yeah.
Are you doing it handheld?
No.
Yeah. I was gonna say it'd be weird.
Playing on my beautiful tiny TV.
Yep.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I remember. I believe I'm enjoying this more than the other Hyrule Warriors.
Why are you playing Poop Guy?
Well, there's multiple
That's a good
characters,
question.
and
Sure.
we're trying to level up
I
all
see.
of them at
I see,
equal
I see.
level. So like,
Who's your favorite then?
Mifa's great. She's like really fun to
Oh,
play
yeah?
as. Urbosa's really good too. Daruk fucking sucks. Rivali's really fun. Bird Boy.
Yeah.
Link's, he's good. Impa's fun.
Well, Zelda.
Zelda's kind of weird. She because everyone can use like the
Sheikah runes?
Sheikah runes, but like she has that and also exclusively uses the Sheikah Slate.
Right.
So like she uses them like ×2. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
Um,
Just like augments the
Yeah.
already existing powers.
and you can play as the Great Fairies. Like
Oh,
like
all
the
4
big-
of them?
Well, they're like a floating like flower pod, and then
Ugh.
like they change.
Oh, okay.
And then like their ultimate attack is they all show up, like all 4 of them, and they surround the person and kiss them, and then they and it explodes.
Wow.
Damn.
Pretty horny.
Just be pretty hard, guys.
Who else is there? I'm missing somebody. I don't know. I know like there's some secret characters. I don't want to spoil it. But it's fun. I like it. I'm excited to play more.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah.
Number 3, David.
My number 3 game of the year is Cyberpunk 2077. My number 3. I know it just recently came out. What? You blown away? And it just came out like a month ago ish.
That's 2 studios that put crunch time.
Yeah, it's true.
3 if you count the Japanese in general.
You're a piece of shit.
The only reason this game's on my list is because I have a PC good enough to run it, which not many people can say.
Yeah.
It's the story and the characters really carry it because it is buggy.
How is Keanu?
Amazing.
He's great.
He's so good in that.
He's not like in the Mega 64 video where they're like, Keanu's the worst part. They're like, damn it.
I didn't watch that video.
I'll send it.
But no, he's great. He's one of the main characters, so he's always hanging around. The pretty much every character is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like every side character that you meet, every main character that you meet. The worst character is probably your character because he's just like in my opinion, just kind of like a blank slate. Like he has personality.
I still like him. My guy's like an asshole, and I kind of like it.
Yeah, like he's fine, but I feel like all the other characters outshine him.
Yeah.
The gunplay's good, even though I mostly just hit people with a bat. But the bugs stopped this from being my game of the year. It was real bad.
Tell me of the bugs you've encountered.
I haven't had any like crashes or like not many bugs that make me like have to shut the game off, but I've had some where it's like just the prompt to talk to an NPC doesn't appear and you have to reload your save to make it appear.
Oh, no.
Or just cars fly through the air and crash randomly just down to earth. Or like I hate when if you do anything violent at all, civilians in a certain like radius of you will constantly just crouch and scream forever. They won't stop. And I've had that bug. I've had the bug where combat music doesn't stop playing when you're out of combat. I've had bugs where just you have to do something in a mission, but the button, like it usually tells you what button to hit to do it. It just doesn't show up. So you don't know what to do. So I've had a lot of bugs like that. But overall, the game's great. They obviously put a lot of work into it. It looks very pretty, you know?
Yeah.
The character models are great. Voice acting's great. So yeah, I'm having a blast with it. I put like 60 hours into it so far.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it just came out, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, something like that. So
How many times have you seen your dick? Has your pants magically come off?
the only times I see my dick is when I change what pants I'm wearing.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
the model,
flash.
it'll like flash of you not wearing pants and then switch back to the new pair. So every time I switch pants, I'll see my dick. So, you know.
I saw some video, like some guy on a bike, and then he goes up, he like T-poses, his pants come off.
Yeah.
Cause I'm free.
Yeah, the game's a buggy mess, but the bugs just remind me of like Fallout or something, you know, like a Bethesda game, where they're just kind of funny.
Does that make it okay though?
For the most part, the funny bugs I'm fine with, but the ones where you don't know what to do, kind of break
crashes
it.
your game or something.
Yeah.
Do you think they should have delayed it again?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you think
agree.
after it got delayed, like if they did delay it again, do you think it'd still be almost the same?
I mean, if they delayed it again, hopefully it'd be more polished. But I feel like people.
Who's to say? I guess.
Who's
Give them
to
like
say? Who's to
3
say?
to 4 more months.
Maybe a couple
in the
years.
tank.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're putting
maybe
out
another
patches
40
like
years.
every week or so, or less
Yeah.
than a week. They're putting out a patch, so
That's good.
yeah,
Good.
that's my number 3.
My number 3 came out December 10th of this year. Developed by CD Projekt Red.
Oh my god.
It's Cyberpunk 2077.
Wow.
This game is pivotal in teaching open world games that your side quests can deliberately progress your world building and make your world seem interesting.
Yeah.
And you do not need quests that say, get me 10 bear asses and give them back to me for XP. You don't need that anymore.
Why are you calling out Xenoblade like that? they try to do both, okay?
Yeah, you it is such a gorgeous game in how it's delivered with its story, its world itself, its characters, its I think its combat is fine. I liked it. I think I have fun with it. The guns feel chunky enough. It's a little messy around the edges, but it's like first person in general. And thank you. The way that people have just jumped on this game and have said it's like the worst fucking thing in the world, I think it's really unfair. Because deep down in the shit, garbage done that is the bugs of this game lies such a good game that people have wanted, and it's better than any Fallout game that has ever come out. And I don't know, like, people didn't jump on Bethesda when it was this bad, and Bethesda keeps putting out shitty games.
When New Vegas first came out, it was almost unplayable.
Yeah, and people are like, but the New Vegas is one of the best games ever made. It's like Cyberpunk's gonna be the same way, you know. And I get it. CD Projekt Red sucked. They did really shitty crunch time that they promised they wouldn't do. That's fucked up. And they listen to gamers. Listen, if you're developing a game, if you're a publisher for a game, don't listen to gamers. Gamers are the worst human beings out there.
It's true.
We're scum.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. So when people are demanding that a game should come out and you shouldn't delay it, like, don't just shut up.
Just don't listen to them. I'm glad you mentioned the side quest thing, because most open world games, it really is like, the side quest is go here and kill a dude, or go here and capture this base, or stand on top of this tower and jump into a pile of hay. You know, like, but I did a side quest in Cyberpunk earlier today that Johnny Silverhand, your companion in that game,
Mr. Reeves.
Mr. Reeves is in a band. His like character's in a band, and the side quest was this dude owns the bassist from his band's guitar. And you need to go steal it and like secure it, pretty much. And the whole time you're there, you know, Johnny's talking to you about, oh, I remember this show that we did, and I remember, like, you know, the reason behind like our shows and all this stuff, and it ties into the main story. And it's really cool, like, how they make random side quests that you just find do that.
And they're all like that. All of them serve this sort of greater cause of like it leads to something big, or rather something interesting. Like, for one day you're just like, okay, I'm helping this girl get her car back, and then later on the road you're driving a tank, and you're like, wait, hold on, and how you get there makes sense, and it works out really well, and all the characters are fun. Cyberpunk 2077 is a good game. It's not a great game, and the bugs should be recognized, and the fact that it came out too early, but
although you probably shouldn't buy it unless you have a high-end PC.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, do you think they should have like just canned the Xbox One and PS4 versions?
Well, they kind of did.
I don't know. I can't say for sure. I'm not a developer. If they could have got them working within like 6 months, a delayed release would have been fine.
I mean, like, what about those schmucks that, like, so this game was announced, what, in, like, 2013?
Yeah,
go put that pre-order in from Xbox One. It's gonna run this game.
Yeah, that's true.
It was developed for Xbox One and PS4, and like, it looks like it
looks
doesn't
like
even work.
Yeah, it looks like ass. It crashes constantly.
Yep.
This game needed more time, or it just needs better, more competent directors and producers.
I agree.
All on it. Womp. I still loved it.
Me too.
And I'm gonna keep playing it.
You're part of the problem.
We are.
Too.
I think we are.
Fuckers.
Number 2. Blake, you're number 2. Game of the year 2020.
Game of the year 2020 edition is SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated.
Nice.
Listen, it's great. I love it, but it's very disappointing.
You can check out our playthrough of it too on our channel.
Yep.
We played it. It's like 20 something episodes. 28, I think.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
In its ability to take that old, what year did Battle for Bikini? 2003, and bring that up to modern specs.
Yeah,
and it just looks really good.
It's beautiful. It plays okay.
It's a game from 2003, you know?
Yeah.
Listen, when you hear like, oh, one of your favorite games of all time is getting a remake.
Yeah.
You have like this unrealistic expectations.
Yeah. The blinders come up.
Yeah. And like, unfortunately, it did not reach where I wanted it.
What were features that you were hoping changed
it's just
or
like
added?
very little things. Like there's like So in the original, when SpongeBob and Patrick or Sandy, there's these like boxes that you can go to, like it basically like warps you to like a different box that's later in the level, so you don't have to like.
Yeah, it's like teleporter.
It's kind of like fast travel, but there's also other fast travel mechanic in the game.
Yeah.
And it's just like in the original, when you come out of the box, there's this like little animation, but in this game, you're just like, and then you're just like, it's like one frame you're out, and then sometimes there's these like tikis that show up, and like one frame they're there, and like one frame they're not there, and then like
they just pop in.
One frame they're there. There's no like growing animation that was like in the original game.
Was that like the most disappointing thing too, or just the lack of animations?
No, it's just like I don't know, just like
it
very
feels like
little,
cut corners maybe.
Yeah, it felt. I mean, listen, it's a licensed SpongeBob game that somehow got remade. In 2020.
It's incredible that's even
that
exists.
It exists
true,
is great, and like more people can experience it, and hopefully they play the original game because that's the superior version. And I don't know, and like they like remastered the music, but like the problem with the original is that it was in mono, and all they did was rip the PS2. Like a rip of the game and like made it fake stereo.
But they just
so it doesn't sound that good, but I apparently recently like the fans of the original like contacted the original like composer of the game, and like he found like the original stereo like files of the music on like some random fucking floppy disk drive, and like then like there was a lot of talk between him and then like THQ Nordic, and then I guess THQ Nordic got the files and they put it on like the Steam soundtrack.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Although it's nice. Like they didn't include like 2 tracks for some reason.
Oh,
like in the numbered, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like missing like number 13, but it goes to like 14.
Maybe those were like corrupted, or they couldn't get it, or something.
That had to have been something.
Maybe they're releasing them.
Well, hopefully they redo it. But it sounds beautiful. Yeah. And I'm like, you should just like replace the shitty
hard patch,
rehydrated, and put them in there.
Then added the multiplayer mode.
Listen, they added multiplayer mode.
Oh yeah.
I was like, it's cool that like it exists. I'm sure if this was 2003, and I'd be like, this would be hype. This is like fun playing with whoever.
My teen doo-doo brain.
Yeah, but I don't have a teen doo-doo brain no more.
Yeah,
and it sucks.
It's awful. It's really bad, guys.
But I don't think it's for me.
Yeah,
it's not made for me. It's made for the doo-doo brain man down the street.
But you still liked it.
It was fun. Yeah, I enjoyed playing it with Colby.
Yeah, I had a fun time playing it too.
Yeah,
it was nice revisiting that, and it's already a solid foundation, and they spruced it up.
Yeah.
Nice.
I enjoyed it. I just wish it was more, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Also, like, all right. So I bought the Switch version, and fucking they have like, compared to every other version, like the way they map the controls, like the jump button and like the whatever's opposite of the jump button are like switched.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like flopped, like flip flop, right? But on every other version, it's like, let's say like A is jump or something.
Oh yeah, you're talking about this on our first episode.
Yeah, but on the Switch version, like the top button's jump.
Oh, I see.
Or like whatever, and it's weird and unnecessary. And why didn't they just map it like every other fucking game?
Yeah.
Or like every other version of the game?
Because Nintendo.
Yeah.
I guess.
Nintendo do what Nintendo don't.
It honestly makes it unplayable. Like the Switch version's already unfortunately kind of shitty.
Yeah.
And I'm probably just gonna buy the Xbox One version, even though I also own the Steam version, but I don't play games on Steam, so now I need an actual real version of the game. So if
so
they
have
ever
3 versions of it.
update, if they ever update the Switch version and change the controls for whatever reason, I will play that version.
Or just let you remap them. That'd be cool.
You can remap Switch controls, but it's not like a per game basis. You have to like go in the menu, swap it, but you have to like swap it back if you want to.
That's rough.
Yeah, that's annoying.
So that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. Wish it was more, but I beat it. That's something.
Hey.
I beat it.
Hey. It's the first game on the list you beat.
Yeah.
Wow. David, you're number 2.
Lay it
Your
on
second
us.
game of the year.
Give it to us
2020.
My number 2 game of the year is Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Wow.
This game is incredible.
Okay.
It's a Metroidvania style game with very stylized graphics. It's the sequel to the first Ori that came out a couple of years ago.
The blind forest.
This game it has like a sense of like magic to it that just kind of made me feel like a kid while I was playing it.
There's no dialogue, right?
There is no dialogue, and you just play like a little forest sprite Ori. It has all the classic Metroidvania stuff, all the backtracking,
Like Samus.
Yep, it has Samus. You get upgrades, different weapons, double jump, glide, like all the classic stuff, and you have to backtrack and get all these items that increase your max health. All that stuff. It had one boss fight that put my opinion of this game over the top. Which was. I won't spoil anything, but it's pretty much like a giant sandworm.
It's Sephiroth, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Sephiroth.
Believe it.
That's where we went. That's why I was in Kingdom Hearts 3. But
Sandworm.
It was a giant sandworm, and you get this ability that lets you like drill through sand, pretty much, and then you can like pop up and you like super jump out of the sand when you pop up. And the whole fight is just it chasing you.
Okay.
And you just have to run away and like burrow through the sand faster than it does away from it. But the music the orchestral music while it's chasing you and just the visuals of this game just made me like get chills from this part. And it's incredible. I think you can get it for like dirt cheap. It might even be free on the Xbox store right now.
Really?
Yeah. It's incredible. Highly recommend this game.
I wish I could say more about this game, but I never played the original, nor did I play. I don't really know much about.
Pretty sure they're
Ori?
both on Switch.
They are both.
Yeah, I think they are. Is the new one on Switch?
I think so.
Yeah. They looked very pretty. Like
Yeah.
they looked like games that'll like by the end they'll make you like cry.
Yeah, they're very emotional at the end. And if you do want to play the first one before this one, it holds up very well.
What is it called? What's the full title?
Ori and the
This
Will
one?
of the Wisps.
Will of the Wisps. Okay.
Very good game.
What
That's my
happened to the
number two.
blind forest?
Can't tell you.
They opened their eyes.
Can't tell you.
Yeah, that's what's wrong. That's how when you're blind, that's all you have to do.
Yeah, just open your eyes.
Just open your
bro.
eyes, idiot, Mr. Murdoch.
Shut
Nice.
up.
Colby,
My number 2 game of the year,
lay it on us.
released on March 20th. Developed by id Software, it's Doom Eternal.
Nice.
Oh, it's Doom Eternal,
It's
man.
Doom.
It's
It's Doom.
so the music is so like pumped. I have the soundtrack saved on my Spotify because it's just so metal as hell. The gameplay, it's faster than the original. At first, I would consider the first game slightly superior, but then I started to realize that Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal are different games in how they function, where the second one is more arcadey and it's faster and everything, like it's just kill, get ammo, kill. Everything works synonymous in synergy with one another to make this just go forward and kill everything. There's not a lot of backtracking, which the first game had a lot more of. I think pretty much the only thing I was disappointed in with this game was the final boss fight. I thought it was just the game kind of just ends. Okay, I haven't played the DLC, to be fair, but it's Doom. Like, it's just so cool when you just rip the eyeballs off of things and stuff grenades in their mouths and
It's just hype the game.
it is. I really can't say. Go play Doom Eternal and get fucking pumped. That's it. Number 1.
No, wait.
What?
Our honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. All right.
Are we like rapid firing?
We can say a couple things about them if we want.
All right.
Blake.
Yep.
Honorable mentions.
Are you going to do all yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My honorable mentions. Kingdom Hearts Rewind. Rewind.
Rewind.
Rewind.
That's Melody of Memories, really. Kingdom Hearts Rewind.
I didn't know it came out this year.
Came out in January.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were including DLC,
Yep.
but it's fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I played it that one time, and that was it. Maybe in like 40 years where I play all the Kingdom Hearts games again and go like, oh, time to do everything in this DLC and blah, blah, blah. It'll be a joyous time. It'll be a
Hell
joyous
yeah.
time. Anything else? Nope, I got nothing.
That's it.
I got nothing.
All right.
All right. So honorable mentions can be games that excluded from the list,
Yeah.
or it can be games that you beat this year, even if it didn't come out this
We're
year.
changing the rules.
No, that's how it was last year and the year before.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, if you got them.
Okay.
I don't play games, so I don't have any more. So.
Okay.
David, honorable mentions.
I have a few. I'll rapid fire. Doom Eternal is on my honorable mentions.
Why?
Because it's fun.
All right, next.
It's hard to talk about Doom.
Yeah.
Because you just have all you need to know is that it's the fact that it did not win Best Action Game.
I know.
In the Game Award. The Last
The
of
Last
Us.
of
Part
Us.
2.
Yeah. Doom is pure action.
It's the definition of an action game.
Like besides maybe like Devil May Cry might.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Yeah,
you know it's fun. Heavy metal demons, you shoot them.
Yeah.
That's it. Resident Evil 3 remake is on my
Forgot
honorable
about
mentions.
Oops.
It was very short. It was very rushed, but it was still
Just
pretty.
like the original.
Yep, just like the original. But it was still good. Call of Duty Warzone.
Yeah.
Gulag.
The Gulag. It's not an amazing game, but we put so many hours into it and had a lot of laughs, so it's on my list.
Didn't you get banned?
Yeah, but I'm unbanned now.
Oh, that's good.
We don't talk about that. Phasmophobia is on my honorable mentions. It's really good for a multiplayer horror game. You know, it's a fun time if you just want to get together and get spooked.
Very unique.
It is very unique.
Is it in our binoculars for Spoopy Month?
Depends if it still exists by October.
All right.
It's even
True.
good, you know.
We'll talk.
Who knows with those games?
Fall Guys.
Ultimate Knockout?
Yeah, despite all the dead game jokes, it's still a very fun party game. You know, it's just goofy, family fun.
It's goofy.
Yeah. Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really good game, but it's in early access and it's not finished. So what exists is fun.
You mean like Cyberpunk?
Kinda.
This game's even more broken.
Yeah, this game it's actually not finished.
Yeah, exactly.
Like chapter 1 of the 4 chapters is out. You
rough.
can't even play it all.
It's rough.
Amnesia Rebirth.
Oh.
I thought this game was actually pretty good. They went in an interesting direction, like away from the original Amnesia. That a lot of people didn't like, but I actually kind of liked it.
I was over when you guys were playing it, and we were just making fun of the pregnant lady.
Yeah, but you know, we're
That's
just,
not nice.
Just like, your
being
baby's
dicks.
dead. Your baby, goes through all these horror movie stuff, you know, and like, oh look, it's kicking. It's like, no,
Yeah.
it's dead. Girl.
but it has a very interesting like sci-fi twist to it.
Yeah,
which I like. And my last one is The Dark Pictures: Little Hope.
Dude, I don't know anything about that. That game came out and nobody said a thing about it.
It's true. It was pretty good though. It was the next chapter of the Dark Pictures after Man of Medan was the first one.
Eat free. Eat free.
Go watch our Man of Medan.
Yeah.
It was better than Man of Medan in my opinion.
Man
Man of Medan.
What famous actors were in it?
Oh God, I don't remember. I don't know the actors' names.
Shit.
Reese Witherspoon.
What game? What is it called?
Little Hope. Dark Pictures: Little Hope.
Little Hope.
I looked it up when we were playing it, but I didn't.
Little Bear.
But all in all, this year was pretty good for horror games, which I enjoy. So
Yeah, you know, it's a good. I don't remember if last year was good for horror games or not.
The eyebrow guy.
the kid, right?
The eyebrow guy.
Yeah.
Eyebrow
Mhm.
guy.
Yeah, he's in it. He's one of the main characters.
I don't know what
He's
that.
he's in that that
know.
one Netflix movie about the choose your own direction movie.
The
And then,
Bandersnatch.
Oh,
Bandersnatch.
Yeah.
And then he's in that one movie with like
It's not helping anyone ever.
that one dude from The Hangover, that one
Seth
girl,
Rogen.
and then that one
No
girl
way.
from Friends.
Seth
Sure.
Rogen.
No.
Those are my honorable mentions.
Whoa! Daniel Radcliffe in Harry Potter cast reportedly in talks
Totally talking the turtle talk tortoise.
for a new film. All right,
Wait for a new Harry Potter.
I guess. Maybe they'll adapt the fucking play. All right.
Harry Potter, the
Well,
transphobic.
are there new books that no one cares about?
There's a play.
Oh.
The fucking cursed child. It's probably
So his son,
yeah.
his dumb
Oh.
mud blood.
Whatever.
Son or something.
Whatever.
Colby, what are your honorable mentions?
My honorable mentions:
Sorry.
Astro's Playroom,
Uh huh.
the
Oh,
TED
okay.
demo for the PlayStation 5.
Game Field.
Super fun. Yeah, it's just it was the first time I ever wanted to complete a game since Spider-Man, and I almost did. We almost completed it.
Huh.
Wintermore Tactics Club, which is an indie game for the Switch about this this RPG club, so like a D&D club that basically the principal comes down. He's like, I'm gonna make every club compete in a snowball fight tournament, and whoever's eliminated loses their club, and only one club can exist after. So the RPG club is like, oh fuck, this sucks, and they end up using their RPG knowledge to turn it into like a game. So on one hand, they are their classes, and so it's a tactics RPG, so like XCOM style. Really fun, good, just a solid indie title. Yeah, I mean, I also have Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
Warzone is on there as well.
Yep.
That's stupid. Like 200. It's over 200 gigs. That's how big that game is.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's like a third of a hard drive, yeah.
It's dumb. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition
Okay.
is on there. Obviously, it's not opt to be put on a true Game of the Year list, but it did come out this year. It's a remake, and it added the final chapter, the what the fuck's it called? The epilogue, whatever, which is really fun.
Yeah.
And I also played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which...
What game's better?
Oh, that's tough. Fuck you, man. That's tough.
Answer the question, Colby.
Shit, dude, they're like different games, man.
What's better? They both say Xenoblade.
No, because if I say 2, it should be like, you're just a horny fucking weeb. And then number 1, it's like...
You're just a purist.
Fuck,
What do you like more?
2. I'm gonna say 2. I like 2 more.
What a horny fucking...
Yeah, dude. I just think the combat is way better. I like the blade system. I just hate the combat in 1. I just don't like the combat in 1.
Yeah.
It's just
I can
too...
agree.
It's just not polished enough for me, and it's a little too MMO-y for me.
You're wrong and stupid.
I get it. I get it. People love that combat system, and there's a lot of nuance in it. I just don't like it myself. Maybe it's because I played most of the game as Shulk, and I think he's the most boring one to play out of all the
No, the combat system in that game sucks, but everything else is great.
You suck.
Story is so good in that game, though. Yeah. I think the story is probably a little better than Xenoblade 2, but I love my JRPG schmalt. Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
For my honorable. Wait. Yeah, fuck it. Nothing else.
What?
Nothing else.
What?
No, nothing else really.
No. What did you see?
Valkyria Chronicles, but that came out in like 2007.
You can say that.
Okay.
It was fun. I revisiting it.
That's an amazing game.
That was good. Yeah. I also played a little bit of Star Wars Squadrons. That was fun. Go play that. That's it. I could just list off all the games I played, but
Okay.
kind of diminishes them. That's it. So on to our game of the years. I already know what all 3 of ours are.
Same.
I think I do too. By process of elimination.
Yeah.
Blake, what is your super surprising, unexpected, genre-breaking game of the year for 2020?
Animal Crossing. New Horizons.
Why is that game of the year? Tell me.
Because it's got Isabella. Like,
No, I don't want you to tell me. I want Blake to tell me.
Listen. New Leaf. Listen. The previous title, 3DS.
Yeah.
Old
Animal
Leaf.
Crossing New Leaf. From... I got in April of 2014, and in a year's time, I put over 1,000 hours into it.
Ooh.
It's like,
Damn.
I put like maybe like 1,200, I think.
Damn.
Wow.
Great game. Loved it. And that was like right before I was like, ugh, Animal Crossing. Ew.
Only
now I'm like, yes, Animal Crossing. Yum. You know? So like
Scrum-diddly-umchus.
so like years pass, you know, I'm like, when's the new Animal Crossing coming out? You know what they fucking do on the Wii U? We got a board game.
Oh, yeah,
Animal Crossing fucking board game.
I
don't know what it's
They called it a board game because I was so goddamn bored.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, it's like a really bad... It's like,
like,
imagine if you have Mario Party, but you get rid of all the mini games.
It's like, no,
Fun.
it's called Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival.
Yeah.
And it came in with 2 amiibos.
Yeah.
I forget who.
The title kind of says like exactly what
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
should
yeah.
expect.
Colby and I played it once, and it was poopy.
I barely remember playing
Uh-huh.
that game. But I do remember it, so I was like, okay, now what?
Because there's no mini games.
Yeah,
You're
no.
just kind of just keep. It's like rolling the dice.
It's like playing fucking
really-
Monopoly or Life or some
That's
shit.
so dumb.
When I did play it with Ashley once, it was a lot more enjoyable because we both enjoy the franchise and we're like
Yeah.
the nuances and the
Look,
animations and the
it's-
cuteness. But like playing with him, he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm like, it's Tiptoe or whatever it's fucking. It's Ernest.
My boy Tiptoe.
It's the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Cool McGrew.
Cool McGrew. So, all right. So this game, Animal Crossing New Horizons, I've put about 250 hours into it.
Okay.
Nice.
To compare, my wonderful partner in life, Ashley, she's put 1,300 hours into it.
Game came
Okay.
out in what, March?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, March. Hold on, I gotta look at my Doom.
1,000
March 20th.
1,300 hours.
Now, just as someone who's curious, who
Yeah.
hasn't played Animal Crossing since the first one,
Uh-huh.
how do you use, or you or Ashley usually play this new one? Are you like laying in bed with the Switch, or is it just like you sit in front of the TV for an hour, or is it like
It's definitely like a handheld game.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Like you're just chilling, against the bed frame, whatever, playing or whatever.
I gotcha.
Like maybe you got a show on the background
Yeah.
or like some like
Yeah.
podcast or blah blah blah.
so
YouTube
it's
video.
like what you do while you're just chilling.
yeah,
I gotcha.
and
Let me ask, how many of these 250 hours is you sleeping
zero.
while it's on?
Zero.
Wow.
Zero.
Holy hell.
Fuck you. This is
I had to ask.
Dragon Ball Z
Yeah.
Kakarot.
I-
This is an interesting game.
I knew this game was different
Uh-huh.
when everyone I knew was comparing turnip prices. No
Yeah.
matter who they
Yeah.
were, like hardcore MMO people or like people who only play like competitive games, like everyone was like, "What are the turnip prices on your island?" Like, I was like, "What is it? What's
Listen,
happening?"
the stock market was huge in like March and April.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
ridiculous. But fortunately, because I was on like those apps that like was for like you could like book an island and like go to their thing and like sell whatever
Yeah.
turnips. But one time like I had them, like I had a bunch, and or no, it was Sunday in my town, and so I could keep buying them, and the price was like 450 or whatever bells in Ashley's, because she was on a different day and I was like behind or whatever. So I just took that opportunity to just keep going back and forth, so I don't have to ever do it again, and that's what I did.
Nice.
Nice.
So I have like 10 million bells in the,
What,
in the bank.
what has kept the game interesting now that we're in December?
So, unlike previous iterations where like you could argue they released an unfinished game because they basically like took all the holiday content, like all different holidays that they celebrate, and they didn't put it in the game. They like
so they could release it around the seasons.
yeah, so basically in previous games you could basically time travel. You
Yeah.
could just change the date in your
That's
Switch
what
or
I
whatever.
used to do. Yeah.
and go to like Christmas and like do all the holiday stuff and go to like fucking Halloween, blah blah blah. But because of how they're doing it, they're releasing it like real world time.
Cool.
So you can't just like cheese it.
I like that.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Because there's like a there. So Ashley uses a website called Nookazon, and people like sell their stuff, not like for real money, but like for the currency in the game, like their bells or Nook Mile tickets, or another item to trade, like a variant of a color of a fucking chess piece or whatever. I don't know, man. But well, because like everything's like locked to when the game comes out or like when the holiday happens, there's not like people trying to sell like, oh, I got a Christmas tree in August.
Yeah.
Give me all your stuff and I'll sell it to you.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It prevents stuff like that. But I feel like now like we're approaching like almost the second year
Right.
of the life of the game. I don't know if they'll add like different events or like
Or repeat the same ones.
I know they're going to repeat the same ones, but like because they're already in the game, you can
Sure.
revisit or whatever. But like there's a lot of characters from previous games that aren't in the game, so I feel like instead of like, because once they exhaust all the holidays, they're not gonna add new holidays. So I think they'll just make special events.
For look
would-
who's come
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
TikTok or what do I call it?
Oh, well,
My boy Tiptoe. Yeah.
Yeah, tiptoe.
It's Tiptoe.
Nip tuck, nup tick,
Nup- nup tuck.
nup tuck.
Nup
Yep,
tuck,
that
nup
guy.
tuck.
But yeah, it's fun. I love it. I haven't played it. I'm currently behind. I'm in the beginning of December, because I want to try to play like every day accurately, but some days like I don't play in a while.
Thank you.
I don't play for like a while because I'm a busy boy.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to catch up.
You don't get your dailies in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just recently caught all the fish, and then
I've caught every fish.
yeah, I've caught every fish in my catalog.
Damn.
That's a lot of fish.
Know anyone who did that? Huh?
That's a lot of fish.
Yeah.
I bet your girlfriend has.
No, she hasn't.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm one away from getting all the bugs.
Wow.
Damn.
It's impressive.
Not her. Not you,
impressive.
Ashley.
Get
But it's fun. I love it. I'll play more because I'll do that. It's fun.
It looks beautiful. I remember watching my roommates play it when it came out, and Marissa still plays it. But I remember they put it up on the TV because I was like, "Hey, I want to chill out. Go play in the living room." I'm like, okay. It's like nighttime, and you just hear the nice, calm music,
Yeah.
and the ocean breeze, and good stuff.
It does have problems. Like there's some weird choices. Like so when you start out the game, you have to like for the first couple like villagers you get, you have to like do all these requirements. Like to make this person move in, like a mysterious villager, you have to like build these certain items and place them near the house or like where the plot
It's
is.
a weird tutorial.
Yeah.
Yeah, strange.
And then like another one is like, you gotta like build. You have to like build
Satanic
different set
ritual.
of build another
sacrifice
set
of
of
gold.
items.
Mm-hmm.
But like after the first couple, then like they just move in without that stuff, and it's like, why isn't it a requirement for everyone?
Right.
Yeah.
Why just for the first couple? They like introduce rules and then immediately break them,
Ah,
and they don't like they're not referenced or
right.
Huh.
it's not. It's
really
not-
strange.
It's weird. It's consistency issues
Mhm.
sometimes. I don't know.
Well, that knocks it down to number 8.
Number
Yeah.
8.
Number 8.
But it's fun. I like it. It's fun. I love it.
Animal Crossing. You'll
New
love to
Horizons. Lock it in.
see it.
But before we move on, a bonus. I got an
Bonus?
email from Nintendo the other day. Blake's 2020 Nintendo Switch year in review. It's quick. So,
What's
my
up?
most played games by hours, but it won't tell me specifically, is Animal Crossing,
Yeah.
Pokemon Sword, haven't beat it yet, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Probably like 3 minutes on that. Right? To compare, in 2019,
Uh-huh.
I spent the most time playing these games. Let's Go Pikachu, Pokemon Sword again, in Breath of the Wild.
Nice.
My total hours played on the Switch this year is
Yeah.
300 hours.
Okay.
And judging by how many hours I said was in Animal Crossing, yeah. But it says in 2019, you tallied 45 hours.
Damn.
And then your total number of games played this year, I assume it means new to the Switch,
Yeah.
like new, like I popped in the cart,
Mhm.
is 4. In comparison, 2019, I played 9 games.
Oh.
And my most active day by hours
Jesus.
is May 14th.
Played a lot of games.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell
Must
me
have been
the amount of hours.
A big Animal Crossing day.
Yeah.
And then 2019, my most active day was Wednesday, January 9th. That's
Nice.
my year in review, boys.
That's a weird data to have.
I it tells me it.
And then it went straight to China. David,
David,
your
Me.
number 1 game of the year.
you guys just want to say it together?
Yeah, I do.
Might as
Let's
well.
just say it. All right.
Yeah.
Our game of the year is ready. I'll say 1, 2, 3. Then we'll say it, right?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
What?
This game's amazing. This game's fantastic.
10 out of 10.
Can I just say, when we did our charity stream, it was amazing. It was a fun time. And I have a lot of nostalgia for Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
It came out when I was 7 years old, and I think I played it when I was 8.
Mhm.
I first started playing it, and obviously all the narrative things went way over my head when I was 8 years old. But everything was so cool. And when I first played this game on our charity stream, it captured that. It captured the coolness of the characters, the coolness of the enemies, like the giant robot spider, and the scorpion, and all the villains like Shinra and everything. But when we played it on the charity stream, I thought the game was good, and that was about it.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a really cool remake. I had a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like top tier.
Transcending.
But when I went home and I played it again and I beat it,
Yeah.
it was the best game I've ever played.
Yeah.
The ending of this game
Bonkers.
is so far out, like not what you're expecting at all.
It blew.
It's
blows
incredible.
Your mind.
It's incredible. Like I want to say something, but I don't know if it's too spoilery or if it's been long enough.
I want people to experience it.
Colby
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
spoiled it to me.
Yeah.
And I was
Sure.
like, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's no, yeah.
Coming in from a different perspective, I don't have a nostalgia tie to this game. The first time I met Cloud was in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I knew those characters. And I only played Final Fantasy VII like maybe like 8 years ago, and I didn't even beat it.
Yeah.
I got to like the final disc. But even coming from that perspective, I always knew the story and I loved Advent Children and all that stuff. Yeah, this game is I am so flabbergasted that they titled it Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
And what they meant was completely different to what everybody was expecting.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing about games is, is destroying those expectations when games can do that. And Final Fantasy VII crushes it.
Yeah, it really does.
It's so good, and the combat feels so heavy and great. Like Cloud feels great to fight as, Tifa feels great to fight as, Barrett, Aerith. They all have their own unique systems that they work with. And that ending, man.
The ending doesn't carry it, but the ending is the best part.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, as someone who has nostalgia for the game, but who also replayed the original before this game came out, I think this game is better than the original.
Wow. I would agree. I mean, I was playing it before on the Switch.
Yeah.
But the Switch port kind of sucks because it crashes.
Oh.
And you do not want a JRPG to crash.
Yeah.
You just don't. Like, that sucks. But I got past Midgar and all that in my playthrough, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I just think the remake is better. They had time to focus on what was really important, which are the characters and their relations to one another, and setting up the world a bit more. They have no limitations in terms of hardware, except for the amount of times you have to go through a crevice.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, the loading
That's
screens, yeah.
That's all over that game. Which makes me excited when the next game comes out on PS5 and you don't have to worry about
Hopefully
that.
it's gonna like just be a lot better because of that. But yeah, in the original there were limitations, like, dialogue boxes could only hold so many characters, so like they couldn't really go that deep with the narrative, like they just couldn't. But in this, they can dive deep into all the side stories, the lore of all the places,
and what Blade mentioned before is they just updated the game with a few little bug fixes. Like that game came out and it was done. Like it was just you didn't have to wait for DLC. You don't have to wait for the 3-month patch in that fixes all the fucking dialogue shit. Like it's just done.
it was
and
extremely polished.
And man, it took a while to get it, but it didn't take Final Fantasy 15 long, and it delivered on everything. That game is
They knew all eyes would be on this game when it released, and they did it justice.
I was worried when Nomura was like the sole director on it, and I was like, I don't know, guys. He's had a kind of a shoddy run lately, but holy shit, you could tell he was like, Kingdom Hearts 3, that's okay. I'm gonna do.
I definitely feel like Kingdom Hearts 3 kind of got the shaft.
It got fucked because of this game, and I hate it a little bit for that. But
I mean, I don't know what happens in like the workings of Square Enix, but you can imagine just someone coming up to Nomura and being like, Final Fantasy VII, and just like giving him the project, and him just being like, okay.
That's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot.
Yeah. But you could tell that he works with, everybody that worked on that game had their own passion to it, and they brought on a lot of people from the original as well, because they were like, if we're gonna make this game, we don't want a lot of new people. Like, this is our baby, and we're going to make it our way. And maybe it's like their send-off, you know what I mean? If that's what it's gonna be. If this is the last game those guys work on, like, they did it.
Yeah.
I hope they keep it going.
Me too.
I'm so glad that there's something to look forward to in terms of just like, where is this gonna go?
Yeah.
Like the fact that I don't know where it's gonna go.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
And like, part of me hopes they don't go too crazy, but part of me
no
hopes
way.
they go all the way.
Me too. I hope they go like the whole ending of that game. It's just the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Crazy. 10 out of 10. Badass seal of approval. Gentlemen,
Yes.
that's the end of our 2020 top 5 game discussion. Game of the year. We got Animal Crossing. We got
Animal Crossing.
2 Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Overall, good year for games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say this year was actually really good for games,
I think there's a lot of big games that came out that did pretty well, and I'm happy.
especially with the circumstances everyone's going through this year.
I think 2021 is the year that gets fucked because nobody could develop games during 2020.
I agree. Yeah.
So 2021
Perhaps.
has a hard bar to.
2021 is going to be like other media. Other media's time to shine.
Yeah, like
my opinion.
sousaphone songs.
Yeah.
And
The hurdy-gurdy.
Yeah, the
the
hurdy-gurdy.
hurdy-gurdy. And telegrams.
They're coming back.
Anything else to say before we leave?
Listen, we ain't over.
What?
We got some rapid fire end of year favorites. Listen, I'm gonna add same order.
Yep.
Okay. Best album 2020, Colby.
Best album?
Yeah. It came out this year that you listened to.
Dude, I don't know what came out this year. I didn't listen to music. Hold on.
David.
I'm
Best
surprised
album,
you don't have an
2020.
album. The new Run the Jewels album. It's great. Fantastic.
Great.
What do you mean
Yeah.
you have to install Spotify?
Blake, listen, Taylor Swift came out with 2 albums this year, Folklore and Everlore. They were amazing. I probably picked Folklore, but they're like Evermore is the sister album of Folklore, and they're both great. I want to say both. If I had to pick one, gun to my head, T Sweezy bitch, pick one. I'm picking Folklore. Great stuff. Kobe, come on.
It took too long to load. Wait, 20. I don't know what came out. I don't listen to new music. All right, ready? The best one is the cast of Hamilton with their rendition of Hamilton.
There it is.
Wonderful. All right, best movie of the year. This can be, it came out in theaters, or it came out on a
nothing came
streaming
out in
service, or
theaters.
like Netflix or something.
Okay,
But
yeah.
had to be new this year.
Yep.
Colby.
No, go back. I gotta look at my Twitter for this one.
David.
No, I don't know.
I didn't watch too many movies this year, but I just recently watched Soul.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh,
it
Pixar's.
was amazing.
Was it?
It's fantastic. Loved that movie. So yeah, that's my pick.
So I think the only movie I saw in theaters was Sonic, which was good, but probably the best movie was it was on Netflix. Like all-star cast. It's called The Devil All the Time.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
wasn't that great?
That was a
I
great
haven't seen
movie.
that.
It has
Yeah.
Tom Holland, Bucky,
Oh. Eyebrow
Pennywise Man.
Yep. That was a fantastic movie. I
His
kind of
name's like Smorgasbord or something.
Yeah.
And some other dudes.
David Schmorgasbord.
But it's great. Oh, fucking Robert Pattinson's in it.
Yep.
He's like, I love the Lord.
I hate your goddamn farts. Mine is The Shining. I watched it in theater for the first time this year.
All right, we'll count it.
Wait,
All right.
what?
They did a release. They were like, here are horror movies. Here's The Shining.
Oh.
I watched it.
I saw
Good
The
movie.
Shining for the
Great
first time this year too.
It was good.
It was in drive-in though.
That's great.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah.
All right, boys. Best television series of 2020 can be either a new one that came out this year or a continuation of an old one. But it had to be new episodes of something this year. Colby,
Steins Gate.
what the fuck is that?
It didn't come out this year.
It came out in 2011. I don't know. Dude, I watch shitty old shows. I binge watched That 70s Show, Regular Show, which is a great show, Kids Next Door. I don't remember, man. Not Daredevil Season 2.
We need 3.
3.
David.
I feel like I didn't watch many TV shows this year, but the new season of The Expanse.
How was it?
That's like my favorite show of all time.
Umbrella
It's
Academy,
amazing.
Season 2.
There you go.
Oh,
that
that
was
too.
it. That's the
Oh,
one
yeah.
I liked. There.
Yeah.
My favorite is the Great British Baking
Shut
Show.
the fuck up.
Listen, all right, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be 100 with both of you guys.
Uh-huh.
I was like, when Ashley was watching that show, I was like, ugh, this is stupid.
This
This is
assetry.
dumb. And then, like, I'm watching, I'm like side-eyeing it. And before you know it, I'm watching, and then we're watching a season, and then the specials. Listen, it's a fucking fantastic show. You
Dude,
got
like-
the leader, the main attraction,
Yep.
the zaddy,
Yeah.
Paul Hollywood. Paul Hollywood, he's a fucking legend. He's like, this is a great sponge. The buttercream. He's fucking fantastic. Then you got Prue, the other co-host.
not
Then you
real.
got Noel and Matt. Matt looks like a fucking baby. I'm gonna look up British Baking Show Matt, and I'm gonna show you guys what this dude looks like. He's a bald
He's
baby.
a baby.
He's a bald.
It's a baby.
Ew!
That man's a baby.
Put some buttermilk on that stout, boy.
Listen, it's fucking fantastic. I love it.
Mandalorian season 2.
There you go.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, that's a pick.
I liked when Prue came on.
No,
and she was
beautiful.
like, Grogu, I love your buttermilk.
The way she
pancake."
talks, she's like,
You're a baby.
no, she's like, that's great flavor. She's old, all right?
Use the force, Grogu.
All right, boys. Best fast food item of the year.
It's the number 11 Wendy's pretzel chicken pub sandwich.
David?
The Wendy's not chicken pub burger. The normal
What's
burger.
it made of?
Not the
It's made-
pretzel?
No, the pretzel pub burger, not
Okay.
the chicken sandwich.
I need to pick one of you guys.
Chicken or burger? Chicken or burger?
Chicken or
this
burger.
This is it. Decide.
Chicken or
I'm gonna
burger.
go burger.
Piece of shit.
I'm gonna go burger.
All those artery clogging red meat fucking.
I've actually
egos out.
never had the chicken sandwich.
You fool!
It's good. Any other topics you want?
Best brand of deodorant, go.
And I just use Old Spice because
Old Spice, Blade,
I use Avon, I think.
Avon.
You don't even know.
do not know.
Old Spice. It's Old Spice. It's Old Spice. Favorite pair of boxers that you wore this year? Go.
I wear boxer briefs.
Boxer briefs. Go.
This dark blue Hanes boxer
Fruit of
briefs.
Loom. Oh wait, hands. Boom.
Jockeys.
American Eagle. They said a galaxy on them.
Nice.
I think. Are you wearing them right now?
No.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say we have the same underwear.
They're really cool.
No, not on right now. Yeah,
Oh,
purple
okay. Yeah,
and
yeah.
black.
Dude, it looks great. It's like a galaxy, right? Dude, they're the comfiest fucking things.
I agree. Any last minute topics we wanna say our favorite of? Like any favorite plush of 2020?
It's Grogu. My mom got me Grogu.
Who named him Grogu? Why is his name Grogu?
I don't know. Dave Filoni, John Favreau, the maker.
Happy Hogan.
Happy Hogan.
Oh, all right.
Senior Foggy.
That makes sense.
like burgers. Yeah, Ed gave.
No.
Your dad liked burgers, you know. You want a cheeseburger, little girl?
Thank you so much for joining us for the 2020 Game of the Year discussion. We'll see you next year.
Bye.
I love hamburgers.
Bye.
You don't remember that?
No, I
No, I don't.